stupid ass bitch. Brit here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello babies, and welcome to my beautiful brats family. My name is Brittany, Brit, Brat, Brit, whichever floats your boat. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be something new, something different. It is the very first video of the new year. Oh my god, y'all, I am super excited about this new year. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal new year so far. We are in 2022. This is our year for success, for focus, for drive. Everything that we've been working so hard for, everything that we've been dreaming of, it's all going to come to pass. I feel it in my spirit. I feel it in my bones. So remember, this is your year. Whenever you feel like you can't make it through, whenever you feel like giving up, just tell yourself, this is my year. This is my year. This is our year. And we're going to make it happen. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Also, if you haven't already seen it, I have uploaded a video explaining my new schedule as far as updating is concerned, because I had a lot going on in my life the past year, so that's why I wasn't really updating a lot and uploading stuff like that. But now that I've graduated college, thank you very much, amen, hallelujah. I'm moving on to bigger and better things, meaning planning for my career, trying to find a career in my field, which is a journey and a process within itself. So hopefully I'll have a more flexible schedule than I did before, because I'm not in school. But I think this schedule is going to be easier for me, even if I do have a lot going on. You guys go ahead and check out that video. I will also be posting the update on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on there, what are you doing? Go ahead, go follow your girl. It'll either be down here on the screen or in the description box below. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. But I always put my Instagram and my Snapchat in the description box below. So follow me, y'all. Follow me on both social media platforms. Yeah, because I'm back at it. So without further ado, as I said before, this is the first video of the new year, and it's something a little different. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me and a story time, because today is Sip and Tell story time, period, baby, period. We coming with so many different things. Like, I'm just so excited about this year and this channel and the ideas and the plans that I have for this channel. So yeah, y'all, you already know the drill. Grab something to sip on, grab something to munch on, and let's get right into this story time video, baby, period. I have to take a little sip first. Whew. All right, y'all, so today's sip of the day is a mix of two different beverages. I got some sparkling Moscato Rosé, which is gone. And I also have this Giambellino peach Bellini cocktail thing going on. And so I mixed them together because, you know, like, I was trying something new. Y'all know how I am with my cocktails. I gotta have me a cocktail. Don't matter how, don't matter when, no matter why, I just have to have one. But yeah, y'all, so today's story time of the day is actually more than likely going to be a two-parter. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I'm telling you guys this crazy ass story time. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna name this story time, to be honest with you. Like, I really don't know. I just know that I could have gotten in a world of trouble, and I almost did, because this bitch decided that she wanted to fucking play games with me. Like, bitches. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be doing my makeup for you guys. I am not a makeup artist by any means. I know a little bit of the basics and stuff like that. Getting all technical, getting all fancy schmancy, that's not me. So please be nice in the comment section down below. And if you have some helpful tips for me, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. But be nice, because if you're not nice, you're gonna get cussed out, and then what? Blocked. New Year, same me. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, you guys, sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and let's get into the tea. All right, you guys. So before I start the story time, I do have my vanity mirror right here, and I do have this small little compact mirror right here. So that's what I'll be looking at. Oh, that side of it is dirty, but the side that I'm looking on is not dirty. And then I also have this little book of names. I wrote down the names that I gave the people involved in the story. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So vanity mirror, compact mirror, names, okay? Just for clarification. This happened when I was in elementary school. The actual situation took place in 1st grade, but there's a lot of backstory in kindergarten. So yeah, we gonna get into all of it. So let's start back in kindergarten. So I was attending this elementary school. It was my first year attending this elementary school, but everybody in my particular kindergarten class had been there for pre-K. So everybody knew everybody, and everybody didn't know me, and I didn't know nobody else. So when I first entered this kindergarten class, you know, everybody was really nice and everybody was really chill, but I did notice that this one girl, and we're gonna call her Bitter. I did notice that this one girl, Bitter, she didn't really have a lot of friends in this kindergarten class. Now, as time went on and I got to know her and we became friends, I learned that she did have friends in kindergarten, but just not in our kindergarten class. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it wasn't a red flag to me at the time, but now looking back on the situation, like, it's kind of a red flag to me. But the reason why I didn't think about it too much at the time was because she was a quiet girl. So I'm thinking maybe she ain't got no friends because, you know, she's just quiet and she keeps to herself. Well, no, that wasn't completely true. So usually if somebody's just quiet and they don't really have a lot of friends, like, I don't really see people like talking about them or like bullying them and stuff like that for like, sorry, for like keeping to themselves and stuff like that. I know people do that, but like, it's just certain things that you won't hear about certain people if they're just the quiet type and like to keep to themselves. I mean, yeah, you'll hear like they're weird and stuff like that, like why they don't talk to nobody type shit, like the petty shit. But the shit that I was hearing about her was not just like surface, like, oh, she's weird, she's quiet. You know, it wasn't just shit like that. It was a lot of shit. So that should have been red flag number one. But of course, nobody wants to think that a person don't have no friends because they a straight up bitch. So if the person is quiet, you just gonna assume, oh, okay, they ain't got no friends because they quiet. Not because, oh, she's a fucking bitch and everybody fucking hates her. But yeah, that ended up being the case. And she wasn't the only friend that I was making at this school. So when I started to make new friends, you know, we would all sit at the lunch table together. It would be me, Bitter, and my other friends that I was making, plus her friends that she had already had, which it was only like 2 girls. So it wasn't that many people, which is another red flag. But, you know, like I said, I wasn't thinking like that. I'm just thinking, oh, well, she's a quiet girl, so not a lot of people gonna really fuck with her for real anyway. I was in for a treat. But we're gonna talk about it. Oh, that's too thick. We're gonna fix that. But yeah, so one day rolls around, and by this point, the friends that I was making and the friends that she had, we were all becoming like this little clique. Like, we were all becoming this little clique, right? And, you know, there was no bad vibes, no toxicity in this group. It was always really chill, always good vibes. So one day, kindergarten year, this new guy comes to our school. Like, he's a new student, and we're going to call him AJ. And as fate would have it, he ended up coming to our kindergarten class. So AJ comes to the school mid to late kindergarten year, and you know, all the girls for the most part are swooning over this man, y'all. When I tell y'all, they was in love. That's how they was acting, like they was in love with this man. They was just like being little fasties, more than just kitty crush type shit. They would be like, oh, he's so cute. And then they would be, you know, saying some little fast tail shit. But yeah, so among the girls who were constantly talking about how cute AJ was, of course, was Bitter. And I've always been the type of person, like, if I see you don't really have a lot of friends, I'm going to gravitate towards you and I'm going to befriend you. So me and one of my other friends, we're going to call her Kay, we decided that we were going to approach AJ and kind of like befriend him because the boys weren't really fucking with him at this specific time. And all the girls could do was talk about how cute he was. So we was like, well, we could befriend him, you know, like, let's just talk to him, invite him to sit with us at lunch or whatever. And so we did, you know, we introduced ourselves, we talked to him or whatever. Every day we saw him, like, you know, we would just talk to him, say hey, speak to him. And then eventually we invited him to sit with us at lunch. Mind you, it's a table full of girls at our lunch table, but he didn't have no other friends. And I don't like when people sit by themselves unless they like to sit by themselves. Like, if you like to sit by yourself, cool, you can sit by yourself. So, you know, we invited him to come sit with us one day at lunch. And he sat with us at lunch. And of course, mind you, at the table full of girls, consisted of me, Kay, some of our friends, Bitter, and two of her friends. So it's a table full of girls and AJ. And the entire time, y'all, like, you know when your homegirl, like, is really feeling somebody, no matter how young or old you may be, you know when your homegirl likes somebody or at least thinks somebody is cute or whatever. Like, you know, it's just something in the way homegirl act. It's what she say, you know when your homegirl is feeling somebody or whatever, or trying to impress somebody, let's put it like that. And so the whole time this particular day when AJ sat at lunch with us, like, Bitter is just like talking up a storm. When usually when she's sitting with her girls and it's just us, she barely got anything to say. Like, she don't be talking about shit. Like, we be the ones sparking up the conversation. Every joke he made was like just uber funny to her, which he was funny. Like, he did have some good jokes, but she would take it like overboard. Like, she was just doing the most. She would just be like, oh my God, that's so funny. Brittany, ain't that so funny? And I'm just like, yeah, girl, it was funny, but you doing a lot right now, Mamacita. But I let her have it because I'm like, okay, it's obvious that she liked this little boy, so I'm just gonna, you know, let her have her time, because why not? Hey, to each his own. Have fun, like, girl, like, go off, I guess. So prior to AJ sitting with us, Kay and I, we always had suspicions that he had a little, you know, a little crush on Kay or whatever. But, you know, we didn't really speak on it because nobody wanted to their own motherfucking harm. But looking back on it now, it was very much clear that he had the biggest crush on her. But yeah. Anyway, so we had our suspicions, but we never knew for sure. So a few days go by or whatever, and at this point, AJ is starting to make friends of his own. Like, he's starting to sit with some of the boys at lunch, so he's not sitting with us anymore, but he still talks to us. Like, he's like, hey, y'all, you know, still checks in with us, stuff like that. He's still our friend, but he's just not sitting with us at lunch anymore, which is cool, you know. What boy wants to hang out with a table full of girls every single day for lunch? Like, nobody wants to do that. So a few days goes by, and one of the girls at the table, I actually think it was one of Bitter's friends, and she was like, so since AJ isn't sitting with us anymore, like, do you, you know, like him or whatever? Like, do you think he's cute? And Bitter was like, yeah, I just don't want to say anything, but yeah, I think he's cute. I was going to write him a letter and tell him that I think he's cute and see if he thinks I'm cute. You know, the whole nine. Like, she was really excited about it too. Like, she was contemplating. I could tell she was still like on the fence about doing it or not, but the thought of her reaching out to him and telling him like, hey, I like you, and him actually liking her back, like, even the mere possibility of it happening, it made her happy. And you could definitely tell by how she talked about the situation. But yeah, so she was like, yeah, I was gonna write him a letter and tell him that I liked him and X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. And so we was like, okay, boom. That was the end of the conversation. Nobody else said anything else about it. So like, I want to say like a week later, but I really don't want to exaggerate. Like, I don't want to gas it. So I'm just going to say like a few more days passes by. So a few more days pass by. And at this point, not everybody, but like a lot of people now know somehow that Bitter has this huge crush on AJ. All right, y'all. Sorry, my iPad died and I thought I was recording all that. I was just talking, recording, so that's why this eye is just about finished. But I left off on the part where I was talking about how I don't want to say confronted, but we asked Bitter, you know, like, do you like this boy? And she, you know, basically told us that she liked him, like she thought he was cute, and she was thinking about writing him a letter telling him that she thought he was cute and, you know, seeing if he would want to date or whatever. So that was the end of that situation. And fast forward like a few more, I say like a few more days go by. Like, I keep saying that, but it really felt like it was like that quick. So a few more days go by and we get another new student. And we're going to call her Bully. I should have called her Teabag, but y'all will see why I call her Bully. So when Bully first got to our school, like, she was cool as fuck. Like, the only thing that I didn't really like about her was the fact that she liked to gossip a lot. Like, she loved talking about like the latest drama and stuff like that. Like, she was a little teabag. She was a teabag. She loved giving us the tea. She loved knowing the tea. Like, she wanted to give us the tea. So that's why I want to call her Teabag, but I already call her Bully, and I don't want to confuse myself by changing the name. So we're going to stick with Bully. All right. So yeah, a few more days pass by and we get this new student. Mind you, this is still kindergarten. So Bully comes to the school. She's real cool, of course, other than the fact that she is a little teabag. You know, she loves the tea. She lives for it, lives for the drama. But, you know, it wasn't really that big of a deal until shit started to hit the fan, but we gonna get there. So when she first got there, like, she was only hanging out with Bitter, and then Bully started making her own friends, and she and Bitter would hang out with them, and then soon all of them were coming to sit with us. So it went from like 7 of us in a group to now it's like 10 to 12 girls. So now it's like a big group of us, and we would sit together at lunch every day, like every day. So we became like this big ass group. So one day rolls around, and at this point, Bully and Bitter are like best friends, right? So one day we're all sitting at the table. It's like the whole big group of us, me, Kay, Bitter, Bully, their friends, me and Kay's friends, like all of us are at this table together, like one big ass group. And Bitter decided to show us the note that she wrote that she was going to give to AJ, explaining like, hey, I like you, like, do you like me back, XYZ. That note, yeah. So she's showing us the note or whatever, and she said that she was going to give it to him the next day. So we're like, okay, cool. Like, we kind of hyping her up because, you know, we're her friends, so we're hyping her up. We're like, yeah, girl, like, come on, let's do this. Even Kay was like, mind you, this is important. Even Kay was egging it on. Kay was with the shit. Kay was supporting it. Period. Boom. Done. Okay. Just want to put that out there. It matters. It matters. So we're all hyping her up or whatever, gassing her up and stuff like that. The next day rolls around where she's supposed to be giving him this note, and he doesn't come to school. So, okay, little dent in her plans the next day. All right, let's do it the day after that. Give it to him then, like when he gets back. Fast forward to the day after the day she was supposed to give it to him. he's at school this day and we're hyping her up all day because she was supposed to give it to him. Like she said she was going to give it to him at recess, right? We hyping her up the whole day. Like, you got this, like you good, like you gonna give it to him and he's gonna say he like you too. And then y'all gonna be together, girl. Like, that's gonna be your man. Like, we're hyping her up big time. Not even knowing ourselves that shit was about to take a fucking turn. Like, this shit was about to be all types of fucked up. We get to lunch, y'all. Whole time we sitting at the table, like, girls is just looking Kay up and down, like, with the stankiest attitude of all attitudes. It's just like look at her up and down like, bitch, we don't like you, like we don't fuck with you type shit. And our whole entire group is so fucking confused because we like, what the fuck, like what happened? Like, what did she do? Including her, she's confused. And finally, you know, she asked the question. She's like, what the fuck are they looking at? Like, why do you keep looking at me like that? And one of our friends at the table, she was like, apparently AJ has a crush on you, talking to Kay. Y'all, when she said that, Bitter looked like her world had fallen apart. Like, she looked so crushed. She didn't say anything about it. Like, she didn't mention that it bothered her. I just peeped shit. She looked like somebody had killed her best friend, y'all. Like, it was so bad. And I felt so bad for her. But y'all, like, I didn't know what to do. So we find out, or whatever, that AJ has a crush on Kay. She's like, well, I don't really see him like that. You know, he's just my friend. I don't see him like that. Like, I would never do that. She's like, I'm not finna get involved with him. And I know Bitter likes him, like, because, you know, we're friends. Like, this is literally coming out of her mouth. Like, we're friends and I know Bitter likes him, so I'm not going to do that. Like, I value our friendship more than that. And this is the shit I be talking about. This is why bitches piss me the fuck off. Y'all, tell me why, after she goes into this whole spiel about that this bitch bully decides to turn to Bitter and is like, I thought that was your man anyway. Like, we don't do that. We don't do that. That's your man. Like, I thought you liked him. I thought you wrote him a letter. Like, trying to make it seem like Kay is trying to take AJ away from her or some shit. Like, bitch, she just said she didn't feel the same way. So, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck are we even having this fucking conversation, you fucking dunce? Like, the fuck? Like, that shit, y'all. Just thinking about it, that shit is getting me hot all over again. Because, like, why the fuck would you do that? Because now it's clear that you're trying to spark some shit up. Like, why are you trying to start so much mess? Like, what's the point? Like, what's your agenda? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, right? Bitter was kind of just like playing it off like it didn't really bother her that bad, but we all know it did. And Bitter was like, I mean, it's okay. Like, if he likes her, he likes her. And Kay was like, well, I'm not going to do anything with him. Like, I'm not checking for him like that. Like, I don't feel the same. So, like, you can still, you know, give him the letter type shit. And she was like, no, like, there's no point, because if he likes you, what's the point in telling him that I like him? And which I get it, because I would probably be thinking the same way, because if I like somebody and the person I like has a crush on one of my friends, why, even if my friend doesn't feel the same and I know this, why would I even waste my time trying to tell this person that I have a crush on them when I already know for a fact that they have a crush on my friend? Like, that, to me, that just don't make no sense. And to Bitter, it didn't make sense either. So, you know, like, why would you do that? Because you don't want to be nobody's second choice. Like, nobody ever wants to be anybody's second choice. So we moved on past Bully's bullshit, the petty bullshit that Bully was trying to throw out there, because Bitter did not take the bait. And everything was cool, so we thought. So mind you, this was the day that Bitter was supposed to give, what's his name? What did I name him? Was supposed to give AJ the letter that she wrote him, explaining that she liked him and stuff like that. But because we found out that he liked somebody else, you know, she decided she wasn't going to give him the note. So we thinking we done solved everything, at least between the table. you know, like no hard feelings or anything like that. Because Kay even asked Bitter, she was like, are you mad at me? And Bitter even said, no, I have no reason to be mad at you. It's shit like this that pissed me off. But we're gonna get into it. Fast forward, we get to recess, and Bitter, Bully, and their little group of friends, mind you, they usually hang out with us all the time. Like, at first they started hanging out with just each other, but then when they started eating lunch with us, they would hang out with us at recess as well, and we would all stand by the swings, and sometimes we stand by the slides, you know, just talk and chit chat, you know, just enjoy each other's company. This particular day, after we found out that AJ had a crush on Kay, they didn't stand with us by the swings. Like, they was not fucking with us at recess, for real. Not for real, for real. And, you know, I understood. Like, you know, sometimes people just need their space from situations like that. Like, you cannot be mad at a person, but the fact that they're your crush's first choice and not you, you know, sometimes even if it is your friend, it just be like, okay, damn, like that kind of hurt, but it doesn't mean that you mad at your friend, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't necessarily mean you have an issue with your friend. And we didn't take it that way. Kay didn't take it that way. I mean, Kay felt bad, but she wasn't taking it as, oh, Bitter don't want to fuck with her no more. She was like, well, she's just sad and, you know, she just needs her time like the rest of us were. The thing that made it seem like it was more than just, oh, she needs her space, she needs her time, was really Bully and the other girls. It was nothing that Bitter was doing. And I want to put that out there because when it was brought up in conversation, it was mentioned that Bully was the one making shit seem a certain way, which is why I don't understand why Bitter felt hit. But we're going to get there. So we're all standing by the swings, me, Kay, and our little friends, and Bitter, Bully, and their friends, they're over by the slides. And the thing that made shit seem like there was pressure, I'm speaking in modern day terms. The thing that made it seem like there was an issue was Bully. And she was constantly like staring over. She wasn't staring at us, but she was definitely staring in Kay's direction. And she looked like she had an issue. Like, she looked like there was She looked like she legitimately had an issue with Kay. And I just wasn't understanding why, if Bitter wasn't that bent out of shape about it and she just needed her space, why is Bully trying to create a problem where there is no problem initially? Like, okay, I can see if it was her who had the crush or whatever, you go about it however the fuck you want to go about it. But this is not your situation. Yes, you are best friends with the girl who is involved, but you yourself are not involved, sweetie. So I don't know why you were taking it upon yourself to make something out of nothing. And that's what she was doing. Like, she was just staring at us and their little friends too. Bitter wasn't really doing it. But you know, you could tell that Bitter was bothered and she really just didn't want to look over at us at all because she didn't want to think about the situation. At least that's what, you know, that's what it read to me. But Bully and the rest of their little clique are just looking over at us, giving us these death glares, and they was really looking at Kay. But the fact that they was trying to start something in the first place is just like, really, like, chill out. Like, this is childish. Like, and I know we're kids and shit, but like, really, for real, like, why we can't just act like we got some fucking sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, just act like you got some fucking sense. When they started doing that, it really, really, really bothered Kay because she felt even worse because she's like, is she literally like that upset? Like, is she that mad? Like, is she mad at me or is she just sad? Like, she was confused and it started to really irritate her. She felt bad even though she didn't have no fucking reason to feel bad. Like, what the fuck? Y'all both claimed each other as friends. Why the fuck are we even having this situation? Like, why is this even a thing? Like, I just was not fucking understanding it. But anyway, yeah, so they doing all that extra bullshit. And, you know, Kay feels super bad now. But we're just like, girl, just like ignore them. Like, she said she wasn't upset. She was just sad. If she just needs her time, we're going to allow her to have her time. Like, I'm not finna sit here and force you to hang around us if you need your time. Because if I do that, then it's really going to be an issue for real. Like, that's my thought process. That's how I've always thought about shit like that. So fast forward to maybe like a week or so. At this point, a week or so probably goes by. And Bitter, Bully, and their friends are hanging out with us less and less and less. To be honest, she was really only talking to me and one of her friends from before. Not the one who told us that AJ liked Kay, but the other one. She was really only talking to me and her. And everybody else was kind of like chopped liver. At least that's how it seemed. The other girls didn't really care because they didn't really like her anyway. They kind of just like gave her a chance because she was my friend. So they weren't really bothered by that or whatever. But I just wanted everybody to get along because why can't we? Why gotta be this big thing? Because it shouldn't be no beef because of a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, find a new one. Like, the fuck? So finally, another week or so goes by. Mind you, I said she was only talking to me and one other girl. The other girl that she was talking to besides me, she had finally come back to school because she had been out for something. She probably like had the flu or something. I really don't know. But she finally came back to school one day and she was still sitting with us at our lunch table. She was like, also, I gotta tell y'all something. It was like, okay, like, what's up? And she was like, so Bitter called me one of the days last week when I wasn't in school. You know, she was checking on me, seeing how I was, like seeing where I had been. And she basically just told me that she don't fuck with y'all no more except for me and Brittany. And everybody at the table was just like, what the fuck? Like, what did we do? Like, why? And hold on, let me take a little sip before I get into this, because this is the dumbest bullshit I have ever heard. Okay, y'all. She proceeds to tell us that Bitter told her that she only fucks with me and this girl who's telling us this. She only fucks with us two because Kay stole AJ and the rest of the table is trying to help her. You stupid ass bitch. Like, how fucking delusional do you have to be? Like, are you hard of hearing, my love? Because I could have sworn this girl told you that she wanted nothing to do with this boy in that way. And you don't want to believe that. Obviously you don't want that to be the truth, because you just keep coming for this girl's throat about this man who obviously isn't paying you no mind. Which, don't get me wrong, I know that feeling when you really like somebody and you want them to like you back and they just like somebody else. Like, I know that feeling, and I know that feeling when they like your friend over you. Like, trust me, I know that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is not new to me. But you gotta be out your fucking mind. You gotta be out your damn mind if you think that I would ever cut off a friend who doesn't even like my crush just because my crush doesn't like me and they like my friend over me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because, like, you're going to ruin a friendship just because somebody that you likes your friend, and your friend don't even like them back. It would have been different if Kay was like, oh yeah, like he likes me and I've been liking him too, without Bitter knowing that, and then they just started dating. Because, you know, whatever that means in elementary school. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit would have been different. Baby, she's not even checking for this man and you still don't like her? And then the nerve that she had talking about the rest of the table, obviously with the exception of me and the friend who is telling us all this, the rest of the table is on her side and they're trying to help her take him. Baby, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, y'all, this is when I started to see that this bitch was uber fucking crazy. Like, who fucking thinks like that? Like, what? What? So, at this point, she's telling us all of this, like, our friend. She's telling us all this, and she was like, yeah, I even mentioned that Kay said that she wasn't checking for him, like that she didn't like him. She was like, it didn't mean anything to her. She called her a lying ass bitch. Ugh. Miss Mama Guel, like, you is just all types of out there. And at this point, I'm just like, y'all, I'm fucking baffled at this point. Sorry, I had to spray myself. At this point, y'all, I am fucking baffled because I'm like, bitch, what the fuck do you mean? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're calling her a liar? Like, do you want her to want him or something? Like, I'm so fucking confused. Like, I'm not fucking understanding, sis. Like, what the fuck is going on? So, at this point, upon us hearing all this bullshit, everybody at the table has decided that they don't want to fuck with her anymore. And if she doesn't want to fuck with them, they'll do the honors and cut the ropes, you know, not make any more efforts, because they have been making efforts, you know, to try to talk to her and Bully and their little pack. Because like I told you, they hadn't been sitting with us at lunch anymore and stuff like that. So it was like, okay, she want to play that game. We don't have to be cool with her. Like, we don't have to fuck with her. Like, it is what it is. Oh, well. Obviously, I did not agree with that decision, because my thought process at the time was, I can play peacemaker and I can fix this. Like, I can bring everybody back together. So I decided to reach out to Bully and talk to Bully about potentially talking to Bitter about coming back and trying to fix shit with the rest of the girls. This is why I don't fuck with bitches now. Y'all, hold on. Let me take another fucking sip, because this bitch had me all types of motherfucking fucked up. Because, oof. Bitch. I reach out to this bitch, Bully. I talked to Bully. It was either right before or right after lunch. I can't remember. I was like, hey, could you talk to like Bitter about, you know, potentially trying to, you know, work things out. Like, I'll see if the girls are willing, you know, can we just work this out? Because we're friends, you know, like we shouldn't be upset. Like, we shouldn't be arguing with each other. We should, you know, be hanging out, talking, gossiping like we always do, you know, type shit. This is my conversation with Bully. I don't know what the fuck this bitch said to Bitter concerning my conversation with her. But all I know is the next day at recess, Bitter is fucking pissed. Like, the whole entire day, she wouldn't fucking talk to me. She wouldn't fucking look at me. And then fast forward to recess later on that day, she's staring at our whole entire clique. Because mind you, I told you we will always either stand by the swings or the slides. This particular day, we were standing by the slides. So they were over by the swings. Wherever we weren't, that's where they would go. The whole entire time, from the time we got out there to the time that shit popped off, Bitter bullied their whole fucking crew, just looking over at us, like just staring us down, like they want to do something, like they looking like they want to fight, like they want to get it popping. So at this point, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I wasn't going to say anything about it because I'm still trying to make peace between these two parties. So I'm not about to say anything that's going to make my friends feel some type of way, like, oh, they trying to fight, like what they trying to do. But it was already that type of energy. And then the friend who told us what Bitter said about not wanting to fuck with everybody else at the table, she noticed that they was looking over like they wanted to do something. So she spoke up, and I'm like, bitch, why did you have to say anything? Like, why did you have to open your mouth? Like, why? She was like, what the fuck? Like, they looking over here, like, what they looking over here for? Mind you, at this point, her relationship with Bitter was becoming strained because of Bully, just like mine was. Like, everything, and when you think about it, everything was fucking happening because of Bully. Bully was putting so much shit into Bitter's head, and Bitter was just eating that shit up. Like, it was so fucking frustrating. Well, it's frustrating now because I didn't know that Bully was being that manipulative. Now that I'm thinking about it and now that I'm retelling the story, like, I'm just seeing how manipulative Bully fucking was. So at this point, it was just like a little stare off from afar for a good little minute. And I'm the one in the middle, and I'm just like, is nobody like uncomfortable with how like standoffish, like with how this situation is going? Sorry, y'all, I gotta put on some more lip gloss. But yeah, y'all, I'm just sitting here like between both parties, and I'm fucking nervous. I'm shaking in my fucking boots because my friends are about it, and from what I understood, they was about it too. So I don't want no fight to pop off. Like, what the fuck? So I'm looking between my friends and them, and I'm just like, okay. And then I start to see them moving towards us, like they're walking towards us. And at this point in my head, I'm like, oh shit, oh God, oh God. Like, they about to come over here and it's about to be something. Like, oh, like, Jesus, I can't take it. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So now I'm really fucking freaking out, but I'm not really panicking too much out loud, but my anxiety is spiking. Like, y'all, my chest is getting tight. I'm getting nervous as fuck, like as fuck. So they get to us, and it's like a little mini face off for like a brief second or whatever. And then this bitch Bully pushes Bitter into like the center of both parties. And she was like, tell her what you gotta say. Like, tell her what's up. And at this point, I'm thinking she's talking about Kay. I'm thinking she's saying, tell Kay what the fuck is up. No, baby. She pushes past Kay and she comes to me. So at this point, I'm fucking freaking the fuck out. Like, I am on the verge of tears, y'all. Like, I am so fucking scared because I'm like, what does she got to tell me? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, oh my God. So my heart is beating out of my chest, right? So I'm just sitting there waiting, and my breathing, like, I know she knew that I was scared shitless, because I'm just sitting there standing like, so she makes her way over to me, and she just looks me up and down, and she goes,
we're not friends anymore. I don't like you.
Before anybody could say anything, y'all, all of them, that whole little group, they just walked off. Like, right after she said what the fuck she had to say, they left. I'm a fucking crying mess because I feel bad, and I don't even know what the fuck I did to her for her to even be upset with me anyway. But, you know, I was just sensitive at that time, so whenever somebody was mad at me, or ever somebody told me they didn't like me, or called me fat, or whatever the case may have been, it really hurt my feelings, and it made me feel really, really bad. So I will always just fucking cry like a fucking bitch baby, because that's what the fuck I was. So I'm sitting there crying, and my friends are trying to just like, you know, they're trying to cheer me up and shit like that. They were just like, it's okay, like, calm down, it's okay, like, fuck them, don't worry about them, type shit. And I'm just sitting here hyperventilating. I was just crying so hard that I couldn't breathe. So then I would hyperventilate to breathe again. So fast forward. This is when shit starts to get real. This is when bitches start to fucking play in my face, thinking I wasn't about that life. But I was. Because one thing about me, two things for sure back then, I can play get back. We can go tit for tat all motherfucking day. I might not exchange words with you like that, but we can go tit for tat. We can play the petty game. We can sabotage each other all day. Like, I'm with that shit. Bitches decided to be fucking petty. So I decided to follow suit. If you want to put it out there, challenge accepted. You feel me? So if you want to hear all about that other story time video, give this one a bunch of likes, comments. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Please let me know on my Instagram page too what you thought about this video. So let me know what y'all think, and also let me know what y'all want to see. That's all I have for this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to be a part of my Brats family, don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a beat. And until the next video, you guys, please be safe, stay bold, stay beautiful. At the end of the day, when all else fails, just be real about the sugar honey iced tea, baby. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love you. Bye.